Hello everyone, it's me Uncle John. Today I am going to read S3 3069 The Alibi by Shane Nagel. Chapter 1 Something Strange. On Monday at lunch, Sarah was watching Miss Matt open his lunch bag. She saw him pull a strange face. So Sarah knew something was wrong with him. Sarah often noticed things like that. Sarah liked to watch people closely. "What's the matter?" asked Sarah. Matt groaned. "I must have left my sandwich at home, but I found this coin in my lunch bag." The next day, the same thing happened to Jody. "Oh no," she said, "I forgot my sandwich, but why is there a coin in my lunch bag?" On Wednesday, that sandwich was gone again. "That's strange," said Matt. "I know, I packed my sandwich today, but there's a coin here instead." That's when Sarah began to wonder. By Thursday, Sarah knew she was right. "Hey, this time my sandwich is gone, and I have a coin too," she shouted. "I think we have a mystery to solve." Chapter 2, The Plan. Everyone gathered around. "Something is going on," said Sarah. "What should we do?" asked Jody. "What we need is a plan," said Sarah. "We could lock our sandwiches in a safe," said Matt. "Too complicated," said Jody. "Besides, where could we find the safe?" Then Sarah noticed Patrick sitting by himself. He wasn't listening to them. He wasn't eating lunch either. Sarah walked over to talk to him. "Is your sandwich missing too, Patrick?" she asked. "No," said Patrick, "not today." Then he wandered away. That's when Sarah had an idea. After school, Sarah set to work. Tap, tap, tap went her fingers on her keyboard. She was making up a computer game that would help them find the sandwich snatcher. Chapter 3, The Game. At dinner, Sarah ate quickly so she could get back to work. She was still tapping on her computer when her dad told her to turn off the light. The next morning, Sarah started to work on the computer game again. By the time breakfast was ready, Sarah was ready too. Game, map, plan. At school, Sarah told her friends she had made a new computer game. The kids couldn't wait to try it. When the lunch bell rang, they gathered in the library. Sarah stood in front of them, just like a teacher. "Okay, everyone," she said, "I hope you like my new computer game. It's called The Alibi." "Sounds exciting," said Matt. "This game is about some things you did last week. You must answer some questions," said Sarah. "And you have to use the map to mark your locations. The computer game tells you what to do. Does anyone have any questions?" asked Sarah. She studied all of the faces looking at her. No one said anything. "Okay," said Sarah, "let's begin." Sarah leaned forward and gave a signal. All the computer screens in the library began to flicker and whir into action. "Wow," said Matt. "Wow," said Jody. "This is going to be fun." Sarah's friends began to play the game. They looked at their maps very closely. There was a different map for each day. For each day, the children marked their position on each map. They also typed in who played with before school each day of the week. And every kid had to remember where they had left the lunch bags each day. Then they had to type that in too. Sarah kept her eyes on the data. She was busy looking at everyone's answer. She wanted to find out who didn't have an alibi. And then it happened. Patrick's data did not match up. Sarah realized that he must know what was going on. She knew she had to talk to Patrick. Everyone was laughing and chattering. Playing the alibi had been a lot of fun. "Hey, Sarah." "That was cool," said Matt. "Yeah," said Jody. "You're smart, Sarah." Sarah just stared at her computer. She wished she hadn't found the sandwich snatcher. Then something awful happened. Patrick looked like he was going to cry. When the kids noticed Patrick's face, they stopped fooling around. They watched as Sarah put a hand on Patrick's arm. Jody looked at Matt. Matt looked at Patrick. For a moment, everyone was quiet. Patrick stared down at his keyboard. Matt started to giggle, but all the other kids glared at him, so he stopped. Chapter 4, Patrick's Problem. The kids watched as Sarah typed something on Patrick's computer. What's going on? She typed. Patrick took a deep breath. I'm sorry, everyone, he typed. Then Patrick turned bravely to his friend. Last week I found some puppies. 5 little puppies and their mother. They were really hungry, and I wanted to help them, he said. But I couldn't take them home. My dad doesn't like dogs, and I was scared. I thought that if anyone found out, the puppies would be taken to the lost dogs' home, Patrick said. The kids looked at each other. I'm really sorry, said Patrick. I fed them my sandwich, but it wasn't enough. No one needed to hear any more. What are their names, Patrick? Asked Sarah. What color are they? Asked Matt. Are they soft and cuddly? The kids had so many questions, Patrick had trouble answering them. Sarah took Patrick by the hand. Let's go and see the puppies, she said gently. I've still got some lunch left. Yeah, said Matt. So do I. Let's go. The kids headed off, with Patrick leading the way. They walked to Patrick's secret location. It was at the far end of the playground. Patrick led them to a large bush. Under the bush, they saw the mother dog and her puppies. They were snuggled up in a box that Patrick had brought from home. The mother dog let Patrick pick up the puppies. The kids squeezed in to get a closer look. Before the end of lunchtime, the kids had fallen in love with the puppies. They each agreed to bring extra sandwiches and to help find homes for the puppies. My grandma might take care of them until we can find homes for them, said Jody, but we would have to help her. Chapter 5, the roster. Now, Sarah and her friends are very busy helping Grandma take care of the puppies. Sarah keeps the roster on her computer. That way, all the kids know which puppy needs to be walked and when. The roster also tells the kids whose job it is to help feed the puppies and take them to puppy school. And once a week, all the kids go to Sarah's house. They talk about the puppies and play their favorite computer game, the Alibi. The end.